were you guys able to stick to the adaptation of the novel?
I read the novel after I read the script, Jane Anderson's screen script. So for me, and we also rewrite Jane's script 2-3 times, but at that time I had read the book, so we could go back to some details and bring them back to the screenplay. But for me, the screen script is very much a dramatical backbone from the book. The book is longer, is much more detailed, but I think the adaptation is very, very good.
Right. And with your performance was amazing. Because your mother plays you at a later stage, but how did you or she give you any advice on what her performance was going to be compared to yours? How was that work out?
Yeah, I mean, this character is incredibly deep and complex, so it was a hugely collaborative effort. We went in knowing exactly what we wanted to achieve, so it was many hours sitting at a table discussing what makes Joan Joan. So yeah, we had our mission laid out.
Speaking of collaboration, I know you have a lot of stage background as well. Can you talk to me about, because I read about some of the rehearsals that took place and how intense or how those were, and the shooting and the flow of everything just seems so organic. So can you talk to me about how the stage stuff kind of helped the film side?
When you did I like to see, when we shoot the scenes, I like to go from the top to the bottom of, even if it's three pages. I try to find a scenery where we can shoot the whole scene from the beginning to the end, over and over again.
Right.
And that gives us kind of deep energy into the acting, because suddenly the scene can be 4 or 5 minutes. And if we do that over and over again, then things happens in the room. And the camera, we had 2 cameras that were working constantly. Oh, wow. So you could, it's something like, we do a stage performance of those 3 pages, but at the same time I know very much it's about film. We are doing a film.
Sure.
So I'm looking at those monitors, so I see what's happening between the actors in the monitors. And then we can change things in the scene, the emotions in the scene, and suddenly maybe we're taking 3-4 close-ups on Glenn, and then we leave her and take close-ups on Jonathan or Max Irons who play the son, David. And then suddenly I was feeling that something is happening in the acting, and then I go back to Glenn with the close-up. And
right.
She's on another way, another level in her acting.
Well, Glenn complimented you on your usage of the close-up, by the way. But I do want to ask you, so this movie touches on the complexities of marriage and also sexism in the workplace. What do you guys want audiences to take away from this film?
For me, it's about the truth. Truth is the key to healing. And even if it's very painful to find the truth in your life, it's necessary if you're going to have a good future. And here, this film is very much about a dark secret that has become a burden for the whole family.
Right.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
Yeah, well, absolutely, I think that's the underlying theme and definitely kind of the main thing that you should take away from this. But what's also really interesting about this movie is there's a lot of mystery.
Yes.
There's a lot of not necessarily, tied ends. And I think there's a kind of a beauty in that. It gives the audience, kind of freedom of interpretation, you know what I mean? So it's really interesting, going back and speaking to audiences, because they're taking everything, something different. And I think that's really cool. Yeah. and very unique. And so in that sense, you could kind of take away from it what you want. But I think it's, the underlying theme, as Björn said, is truth is so important, and especially just the release of secrets and burden, how truth literally will set you free.